It's time for a Secret Beauty read-along. Hello everybody, it is I, Monster Boy Rock, and I am going to read to all of you some more of my Secret Beauty mini-comics. To start off, we're going to read What Is Sam Thinking? By Rocco DeCaro. So, let's begin. Hey Russell, have you ever wondered what Sam thinks about every day? Why do dogs have 4 legs while human people have only 2? Why does garbage tasted smell better than my dog food? How come when River gets a boo-boo, Mom kisses it and she thanks her? Thanks, Mom. My scrape feels much better. But when I kiss my wound, she just scolds me. Sam! Bad dog! You'll get your cut infected if you lick it. No, Sam, you can't eat chocolate. It's poisonous for dogs like you. Why can human people eat chocolate, but not dogs? How can they stand it, but not me? How come my paw prints differ from human people's paw prints? How come toilet water tastes better than the water in my doggy bowl? Why can't I catch my tail? Why do dogs live shorter lives than human people? Do all dogs really go to heaven? If chocolate is poisonous, does that mean grapes are too? Why can dogs contract rabies? How come dogs can't speak English? What is the true meaning of life? Probably not much, I presume. The end. The next story is Cheering River Up by Rocco DeCaro. What is this? River's crying into her pillow again. If only I had any idea of how I could cheer her up. If I could speak human people language, I would tell her that everything would be alright. If my front legs were more flexible, I could wrap them around River and give her the biggest hug in the world. If I could, I would. But I guess dogs are just not good at cheering up their masters when they're sad. Aw, thank you so much, Sam. You always know how to cheer me up. Well, I guess dogs can cheer their masters up. Who would have thought? The end. Next is Cat vs. Dog by Rocco DeCaro. Sam, are you chasing Whiskers again? Ever since we moved here, all you do is chase that poor cat around the neighborhood. Now, I know that he sometimes pesters you a little too much, Sam, but trying to get back at him is not a good solution to the problem. Haven't you ever stopped to think about how maybe if you treated Whiskers more nicely, there's a strong possibility that Whiskers would stop pestering you, and that maybe you two can even become friends? Or at least not be sworn enemies? Now, why don't you be a good boy and shake paws with Whiskers? Well, I can't say I didn't try. The end. And now it's time for the last story for today, The Adoption of Sam by Rocco DeCaro. Hey River, how long have you had Sam? About 3 years, and they've been the very happiest years of my life. He is my precious little angel. Do you remember the day that you adopted him? Oh, I'll never forget it. When my family and I lived in Chicago, we lived in an apartment complex. At first, the landlord didn't allow any pets inside any of the buildings. But one day, one of our neighbors decided to start up a petition to try and get the landlord to agree to allowing 1 pet in each building. I had always wanted a pet, so I signed it. Nearly everyone in the apartment building signed it. After she had a few long discussions with our landlord, he finally agreed to allow 1 pet per family, provided we keep them well-behaved and trained. Now, as I said before, I wanted a pet, a dog to be precise, so not too long after the agreement took place, I asked my mom if I could get one. Mom, since we can get a pet now, may I please have a dog? Pretty please? Well, I'm not sure, sweetie. Dogs can be quite hard to take care of. Are you sure you're ready to handle all that responsibility? Yes, 1,000 times yes! I'll feed them, clean up after them, bathe them. I promise. I'll take care of them all by myself. Well, alright. We can go down to the animal shelter this afternoon and take a look. So that afternoon, we went to our local animal shelter to see if we could find the perfect dog to bring home. And I couldn't believe my eyes! So many dogs to choose from! Some were very hairy, some had spots, and some were large and small. I looked around at all the dogs, and I had a very hard time deciding on one to make my pet. Then, I stumbled across a tiny little brown beagle. A timid little pup he was. He was huddled in the corner when his head perked up at the sight of me. He slowly inched his way towards the opening of the cage and placed his paw onto the bar. That's when I noticed his little paw was all bandaged up. He had been injured before the shelter got a hold of him. My heart ached to see this little puppy so hurt and scared. But he instantly smiled and barked excitingly when I introduced myself to him. I could tell he wanted to come home with me. Hi, little puppy. I'm River. Woof, 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 woof. So I chose him. I held him in my arms as we filled out his certificate. I had decided to name him Sam because I thought he looked like a Sam. Sam barked happily at the sound of that name, so I knew he liked it too. And after my parents provided their signatures onto Sam's dog certificate, he officially became a part of the Major family. Congratulations, Major family! You have just become the owners of this adorable little beagle puppy. Within a week, Sam's wound healed, and he was running around the apartment like a cheetah. Woof, woof! Sam, get back here, you little race car. Oh, Sam! Shh! Of course, I made absolutely sure that he was as quiet as a mouse at night. In fact, as I promised, I handled most of the responsibility of taking care of him ever since I got him. Such as feeding him and making sure he always had water in his bowl to drink. I always make sure Sam stays squeaky clean by bathing him every night. And I always take him on his walks, which of course includes picking up his little surprises. Sam has always made me the happiest owner in the world since day one. He always cheers me up when I'm down and always sticks by my side through thick and thin. The day I got him was one of the very best days of my life. And even after 3 years, he always brightens up my day. I love you, Sam. You are the best dog in the world. And you are the best human person in the world, River. The end.